Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Vampyr. Today, first thing we've got to do is cure everyone around here of fatigue. I know where she is. He's right next to her. He's right next to both of them. He's there. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Headache I can't do. Fatigue I can do, however. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably just cut to when I'm next to each person and curing them of fatigue.
Spare your obedient slave.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
I have a new thing to talk to him about. But first things first, let's cure him.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reid.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Alright, so he is now recovering, but I have a new question about... I always wondered why they were talking and he's like, ooh, Dark Mistress or whatever. I don't know whether he's humouring her or what.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Interesting.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
I mean, what they consent to do, they can do.
You do
It's fucking
realize
weird.
she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
It's interesting.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Yeah, I suppose if you're burnt that badly,
Fear
just in
and
constant
disgust
pain,
on every street corner.
a fantasy world would be better than the real world, I suppose. Sad, but... I mean, makes sense. Let's see...
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reid. We do not see you in surgery very often.
He has a point.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Like, I'm honestly not doing that much for the hospital. I'm just kind of running around doing my own shit. They're getting paid for it.
A year! You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
I didn't catch all of that, but...
My sweet girl.
There we go. I couldn't talk to
Good
him while he
evening,
was in
Mr.
that
Fiddick.
Good
animation.
evening, Dr. Reid. Any news about my operation?
Nothing new, and nothing new, I assume. Yep.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reid. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl, can we be sure we're making a difference?
Reads me like a book. Never keep anything from her.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No. I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
We have to do Rakesh outside. Oh, he's there.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reid.
He's a weird dude.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
But, who else was there? Recovering. We have Brannigan and Hooks, who are both out the front here. I have to go out this way though.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine, as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reid. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
And finally, Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Interesting. I have something new to talk to him about him. I have two new things to talk to him about. First things first, I'll give him
Do you
this.
need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. And thanks, anyway.
Cool. Your mediocre reputation.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reid.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Shit.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
That's a fair point.
Goodbye, Milton.
Alright, cool. So that's everyone, I believe. Just one last check, just to make sure. Yep, everyone's recovering except for Oswin, because he has a headache, and I cannot cure headaches, apparently. At least not yet. He's got a cold. I can treat that. She's got something, I don't know who she is, I don't even know why I have her picture. Her picture? His picture. Might be a him. Albert, yeah, it's a him. Dyson Delaney has fatigue. Fair enough. Alright. So first things first, I'm gonna go do this side quest that I've failed to do the past couple of times. But I'm quite a lot higher level now, so it should be fairly easy. I think I'm double the level I was last time I tried it. Interesting. This guy here doesn't respawn. I'm wondering if I can come up here and kill this guy before the others notice me. It may be wishful thinking. Apparently not. I can sneak.
I'll put an end to you! Bloody monster!
This is like a million times easier, by the way. Not even a challenge at this point. So clearly it was just that I was way too low a level. Where did the other guy die? What? Two of them died there and one died down here. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I see the guy's body disappeared? Weird. Anyway. I wonder actually... like, I could kill all these guys? He's a bit higher level, but even still not... He shot me through a wall, it's bullshit.
What? Come out, you coward! An end to you!
Simple enough. Level 15, but still not difficult to take out. So it should be here somewhere, is what I'm looking for, according to the map. Oh, in this house, maybe? Oh yeah, there's one more guy up here. Sorry for staying in that view. I don't know why I did. Oop, something else here to search. Large box of pills. Interesting. He's by himself. This should be easy. He's slightly higher level, but the guys with swords are really easy to take out. Case in point. Interesting. Report about Pembroke. 2nd of November from Scout Louis Cagney to Mr. Geoffrey McCallum. Object Pembroke Hospital survey vampire activity. So, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now, and we can confirm vampire activity there. First, we now have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient to hide her true unholy condition. I personally sneaked into the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body was decaying, or her body is decaying. Sneaked threw me off. Snuck is usually the word I would use. I mean, they're both correct, strictly speaking, but it gets worse. The administrator of the Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea. According to our team leader, Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in a fight against a Skull by the canal, he may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on at Pembroke. Maybe even a nest of vampires, protected by those bloody traitors to the stole. They don't know what they do, but we are convinced... We don't know what to do, but we are convinced that you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. Sorry about that horrible reading there. I'm doing this in the morning, and I currently have sun coming through my window directly into my eyes, which makes it slightly more difficult. I don't have as good a contrast on the screen as I usually would. In any case, so I think that's done. Oh. The Great Hunt. Hail to our fallen comrades. Hail to our... who's written... I don't know who this is. Hail to our fallen comrades. Hail to their bravery, for we prevailed. The Guard prevailed. My brothers. We hunted them down, the enemy of mankind, hidden in the dark tunnels of our modern cities. We found them in their nests and dens, and they perished. We brought the fires of battle to the blackest pits. Never had such large-scale war been engaged by mortals against immortals. Remember this victory, my brothers, for it seals and proves our methods. Never sleep, never surrender, never give up. Yes, my brothers, our method is good, and England is safer tonight thanks to you. Thanks to those of us bitten and killed by the enemy, or our trembling hand when they turned against us. Do not tremble, my brothers, do not doubt. I cry, tonight, for the fallen comrades. I cry, for I am an old man who's finally saw my goals accomplished as I live my last years on this earth. The Guard of Priwen is only half a century old. We have already accomplished much more the traitors of St. Paul than the traitors of St. Paul in half a millennium, I suppose would be the best way to put it. They're missing a word in there. This was our first great hunt. Let them leeches who survived our wrath remember we won't stop. from The Adversary by Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Prewin. Okay, the founder of the Guard of Prewin. Interesting. The way they were talking about the Brothers of St. Paul, I feel like the Prewin may be like an offshoot of the Brothers of St. Paul. I feel like they're like the same organization. One's like, we should study vampires, and the other was like, we should kill the fucking vampires because they're vampires. Interesting. I'm actually tracking the wrong quest as it stands. I need to be... this one, sorry. Track that one. Reassure Thelma Howcroft that she's fine and the spies are dead. I can do that. I'll cut the journey back. And we're back.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I can actually talk to her about Thomas now, which is interesting. But do this
I have made
first.
inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Interesting. So she's aware that she's suffering, even though she's like, through her mental illness, she's seeing this as like, oh, I'm this powerful vampire, all these people chasing me, they don't know what I can do, but at the same time she realizes that it's an illness.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I think you probably are the woman he needs from the way he was talking before.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Cool. The investigation succeeded. That gave us like 100 and something experience. Not bad. Alright, now to continue the main story quest. I think which is this way, yeah? Yeah, I can just sort of run straight up here and over to here. Cool, easy enough. I can just ignore that and keep walking. Somewhere I can go in here, apparently. Why can I come in here? Is this just like a... I'll leak this person's shit, I suppose. I don't know why I'm allowed in there, but okay. It's actually fairly easy to avoid the Brewin. If you're walking, not running, they don't really immediately suspect you, which is nice. And also, like, you can kind of, like, use your super speed around them if needed.
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more every year.
Intriguing.
When did you join the guard? 2 days ago.
These guys I might not be able to avoid. That's why I want to go anyway, so I guess I have to kill them.
Sorry, sir. No admittance. Go on! Off you trot! Die!
This lock's all right. You! Get back in the grave!
Ow, that hurt. You like backhanded me. Oh, he's like a boss. He's like an actual dude.
Hey! Come out, you coward!
Roger the wall. Oh, my sword does not do a lot of damage to him. Blood Spear is still the best. Cool. And Whitechapel, I just have to go through this fence, I suppose. Fair enough. Cool. I have reached Whitechapel.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
First, apparently there's a hideout for me. So if I can get the hideout, that's probably a better idea, right?
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert! Stop it!
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
He has a migraine, which I can't fix, unfortunately. You should read this letter? What letter? Oh, I can send him... Oh, right.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
The word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Interesting.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Trap.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Interesting. So is that his son that he shot?
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy he just failed me last nerve.
This man murdered someone. And I like experience.
I have found a very interesting letter. Your son planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing your medicine.
Oh, I see.
Found that earlier.
That little bugger thought he could use his dad to build a reputation.
The gang's recruiter was dead when I found him. Perhaps you should take better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me. It's just... well, I'm an arsehole, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for the letter. This is for your trouble.
I did an investigation I didn't even know I'd started. That's cool, I suppose. Interesting.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
So he's not dead. He just got shot.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Interesting. So I know he did, right? Ugh. Sorry, sneezing like nobody's business.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Fair enough. I've got a hint for him. He's a war veteran. Not entirely surprising. I think a lot of people at this point would be. Alright, I'll sod off then.
I'll not die in some piss stinking alley reeking worse.
So he didn't actually shoot him, he just shot the wall beside him. I couldn't talk to him before when I walked past. I thought he was just lying there dead. I'm like, Jesus.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life
End up
away.
another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
I'm gonna see if I get
Good
a
evening,
hint
Benjamin.
from that.
Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reid.
A gun, alcohol, and
Nothing particularly new. I will actually heal this guy's fatigue, because I can.
how are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, alright? Now piss off.
Yep, definitely a kid trying to...
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
That was a change of tune.
Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
I got an achievement called the Hippocratic Oath.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole.
For what? For healing assholes, I suppose. So I don't want to go that way. What do I want to go? This way? Yeah, because I want to get to,
Someday you'll understand.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
I mean, that's clearly bullshit.
When science fails you.
I want to go to the safe house if I can find it. It's not that way. It's down here somewhere, I suppose.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu
If I could get some work, everything would be better.
I assume this is a safe house? I could be wrong. It's about where the position was on the map. Jesus. That's a lot of blood. Alright. Like, there's just a million people murdered in here. I guess this is the safe house. Yep. New hideout unlocked. Wonder if I can travel between these hideouts. That would be useful. Being able to, like, just travel to Whitechapel. That would be useful. So what is this door? Interesting. I forgot to lock on. Alright, one down. Fair enough. That was actually harder than finding the pre-win, interestingly. Oh. Blood is addiction, this is what we just got. Vampires drink blood. This may be their most specific trait. The sinister peculiarity, how can I not say that word? Peculiar nature of their condition, if I may say so. But for me, it's not the most important characteristic of their diet. That was what has always fascinated me since I started to study them, is the imperative need for blood they seem to endure. They want it more than anything, and this desire can drive them to expose themselves. And when they drink it, they seem to feel some sort of short trance, an ecstatic epiphany. Interesting. Said to me once a Volkod I interviewed in Moscow, I'm convinced that this is an essential element to understanding the nature of the condition of the vampires. They don't drink blood because it sustains them, but that it offers them ecstasy. Vampires are addicted to blood, all of them. It is part of their nature, and those among the immortals who refuse to submit to their appetite by the strength of their own will only, the strength of their will only, are never freed from this addiction. Wait, sorry. Among the immortals who refuse to submit to their appetite by their strength of will only, are never freed from this addiction. Interesting. From Unveiling the Night by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. I'm tempted to just search this place out, but I think... I'm going to. I'm this far already. Okay, that takes me out. So I was just clearing out... I guess I was just clearing out the other way. Where does that lead, do you reckon? Out there. So there's like 2 entrances to this... Well, 3 entrances to this place, strictly speaking, that I can get up to there. But in any case, next episode I'm going to be talking to everybody in Whitechapel. I have 900. It's not really enough to level up, so I'm not going to bother. But I'll finish here and say thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time, where we're going to just talk to everybody I can in Whitechapel. We may not get a bunch of like action during that next episode, because I'm just going to try and do everything I can and heal anyone that I can, all that kind of stuff. But thanks for watching, I shall see you next time.